Don't need no introduction, but I'm gonna do it anyway so y'all can understand why this feature is happening. So the people who have been with me and Tony at jam sessions at this venue, first of all, clap it up for us. We've been doing this for 12 years. Yeah, I mean, anytime, 12 years is a long time. In different venues, and every venue has meant something different to us. You know what I'm saying? This venue is special because we have a different band every week. Of course, y'all clap it up for the unit. The unit is the original Jam Sessions band. Me and Nate need a movie. That's a whole nother story about how I met Nate and my wife and all kind of shit. That's a whole nother story. That's a movie, a book, all that. But this person coming to the stage is just somebody that just breathes light. She has been with me through all of these venues. Anytime I have called on her, she comes. So at this venue right here, she has been, well, I know, pause. At this venue right here, she has been somebody that comes on the tail end, and every time she comes in, everybody be like, let Liberty close it out, let Liberty close it out, let Liberty close it out. And while I was out of town, because I went on a sabbatical, I was in West Virginia in the mountains having a good time, I thought about Liberty, and I said, you know, people always complain. People started complaining to me like, Liberty always go on the end. I don't never get to see Liberty. What we gonna do? So when I came back, I called Tony. No, I didn't even call you. I called her first, nigga. I called her first. So I called Liberty up and I said, Liberty, you know, people are complaining that you always go last. And this was at the beginning of the week. I said, would you be down to do a feature Friday so people can see you by 11 o'clock? And she said, absolutely. So y'all clap it up for family, brotherhood, sisterhood. I love my sister Liberty for doing this that quick. So there's AJ second. So that is the purpose of this feature tonight. People have always said Liberty goes on the end and they wanted to see her a little bit earlier. So I answered what y'all asked for. So she is a poet. She is a beautiful soul. She's my sister. She belongs to this organization called The Crew. She's in an organization with my man, Gary Jackson, AKA G Nut. I love her to death. So I need everybody over at the bar right here to start clapping right now. Come on, I will not bring out. Please start clapping. Everybody at the bar, everybody over here, everybody in the middle, everybody over here to the left. And please give it up for this show. Started out by Free, but give it up for Free, Liberty, and my homegirl Dime is gonna rock out. Clap it up, y'all.
He nicknamed me the Cover Monster. Noticing my need to feel protected and the unwillingness to unveil the power of my vulnerability, he, intrigued by my wholeness, I spooned in his energy. We became quite comfortable engaging in the simplicity of conversation. And oh, how our minds play tricks with word seed. We are the quintessence of full-time artistry. Risky, these words make room for us to water plants and sprout new leaves, beautifying our branches. We trees, our commodities. Go green, back to our land. America is beginning to look too much like Africa, and Europe can handle the cover monsters they created in sedition. They taught us to act their way, savagery. And we wonder why we can't separate from their system. Well, today I bear witness like lioness, this lioness will do no more thumb sucking on corporate hourly wages. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. My levitation, this burning fire in my chest has stripped me of my security blankets. The reflection in my mirror confirms that I am enough for my gifts. Done penny pinching on their benefits. Master will have to shoot me dead because I will not bend. So pick another piece of cotton for him to make white tees, for my brothers to play the lead victim role in their reality shows. No matter how much this world turns, black And white issues will always turn the volume up on the idiot box that they control to control those that is blind to their trickery. So glad for my vision. I see through the lies that their vision tells, and well, I simply don't believe them. I don't need them to provide for me. God has always been sufficient for me. From my last name to the games I have sometimes been forced to play to pay bills and put food on my table, I am grateful. But the time has come to relinquish their provision and do me. Those crackers can find another black back to whip. While sipping this ex-slave concoction slowly, I am not afraid to die living in purpose. So come on, chase me, set your bounties high as I trailblaze, blaze this modern day underground, leaving its smoke to burn like California wildfires, and hope that the people under the sound of my voice will smell the smoke and become inspired to break free from these mental chains with me. Period.
Please allow me to take the liberty to speak upon a vision. She's a shooting star of a divine intervention. Our unified bond remains solid even when things become rocky. She is God's grace, chasing dreams in totality. A love tied back to my level of creativity. A walkway face to reality. The model image of skin tones from cream to cocoa, representing this brand internationally and local. In one's eyes, a gift and a curse. Whoa, is she riding this wave, creatively recognizing everyone's worth. True shit.
Please don't kill my vibe. Please don't kill my vibe.
I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my pen, I got my pad. Scribble it out on stage. Please don't kill my vibe. 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 I got my pen. I got my pad. I came tonight to scribble it all out on stage. I felt kindred in the Mars lyrics. Initially, I didn't get it until I opened my mouth and began to spit it. And I realized that I didn't want them to kill my vibe. So I won't conform, or am sorry if I offend you for not being the ordinary. Matter of fact, I know internally I am something celestially extraordinary. In other words, your biometrics will never be within my calibrated spirit. I can never consume myself, for I know that I was destined to be free. So I will never allow anyone to put me in their circle. I'll just be outside the box and uplift my top, and I'll begin to let my cranium show all of my third eye spirit. Peel back for me. I need you to relax for this introduction of liberty. I am the essence of freedom. I walk in his calling, and his anointing flows so smoothly from my lip. I love the highlight glow that bronzes me at night. This right here is open mind. I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. But Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me for things they don't understand. Sometimes I gotta get away. So please don't kill my vibe. Please don't kill my vibe. Cause I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my pen, I got my pad. I'm about to scribble this shit out today. that out. How y'all feeling? Y'all alright? Y'all alright? Y'all looking beautiful tonight. Amen. That's right, because I talk to the crowd and I want the crowd to talk back. Thank you, sister. I'm going to say my thank yous. And then we're just going to get right into this, all right? I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Because you could have been anywhere else. But you're right here tonight at Chicoya's with us, allowing us to bleed our lessons into you and give you a session. So thank you. I thank my brother Colin. I thank the Uniband. I thank my brother Tony. I thank my family, C5 in the back. I thank, oh my God, my brother Nut right here. I'm a part of, oh my God, FCA. I thank my crew, because I wouldn't be anything without all of you. So if I miss anybody, I need you to charge it right now to my head and not my heart. So we're just going to get into this. Recognizing that the real lies within the ism. Skeptic is more of a question. A question is state of being on a mission, and miss swings led by bad pitches, and being picked is not always a fair call, as good fruit falls bruised along its tumble down to meet where it was once planted, uprooted, sprouts shooting, surpassing, gasping for air as life is flashing. Oh, yes. Swifter than the speed of light. Never fully grasping all the knowledge now led over edge, dropped in a sea of dead scroll, because wisdom lies dormant in rolls more precious than silver, ruby, and gold. Truth be told, most prefer to sell their soul to allow understanding to unfold beneath eyes so closed, because you reap what you sow in a harvest-bearing sea, son. I need you to come down and lay your life for them, offering a hymn, stitching them back to restoration, because many are walking in a world of confusion, birthing pills, stillless, born purposeless, dreams of life. Writers write what they want your ear to hear is where it all originates, a plotted escape from those who are willing to reinvent that here chain game, created on platinum, videos, two-folds, modern day oldies, idolizing crossover ballers. Lord, show me the error of my ways so that I can begin to pave a better way for the doubting disciples of our days. In other words, don't be afraid to wade in the same waters which ancestors was baptized, saying we shall all be free someday. So why do we choose to be modern day slaves when it's the isms and the schisms that makes me wonder why the rabbit kicked the bucket, the rabbit kicked the bucket, the rabbit kicked the bucket, but we got a man in office saying, what it? Oh, girl, come on. Oh, let's just take this, because this right here is about to be a flow. It's more than a feature, it's a flow. And I had to realize that when I opened up my eyes, it was something that was osmosis. Meaning that we could change the diameter if we wish to, because this right here is a fish bowl or a fish net, because I want to catch each and every one of you and send you out better than you came. That doesn't mean that I was trying to rearrange. I just wanted you to articulate something different and get a new experience. So take the time with me and hear it. Because I thank God for the gift that I recognize that the rhythm lies within the schisms, and skeptic is more of a question. Which leads me to the question of what is realism. Yes. Hi. Y'all still with me? Yeah. I can keep going? Yeah. Oh. I thank you. Ah, hey, baby. I love you. So y'all know what state we are in right now, right? The state our world is in, we already know that. We know we're dealing with foolishness. And it's time for us to make the change. And you have the ability to make the change. It takes one person to make a change. And when each person realizes that it only takes one person, guess how much of an army we have begun to build. Where we don't even have to go overseas to build it. We begin to go overseas and build it. Because we build our buildings brick by brick by brick.
So the man in office has no upper hand if we don't give it to him. So I'm gonna go ahead to osmosis. To take the time to think about what perpetually stirs your persistence of existence has brought me to point A after I abruptly fast forwarded to Z, wishing that I could encourage an already discouraged society. Ostracizing myself, I turned dials from left to right, right to left, gaining lost focus like hocus pocus in the witch's kettle. With a bright outlook on life, most anyone will settle as they giggle and howl at the little Christian girl who never seemed to put up a much of a fuss. Until she experienced a gradual absorption of osmosis. I'm chemically stimulated, mentally frustrated, apparently less liberated than I thought we could ever be. For as long as we are hunted, preyed, and tagged by our social status, delivering and disconnecting the security of a 9-digit code. I think I need to say that again. For as long as we are hunted by our social status, deleting the security of a 9-digit code, they will forever maintain our papers. They never ended slavery. They just became more clever with open-end laws and bylaws, saying better yet when first in command has a second hand and no, you don't push the red button. I push the red button. Can't get his own heart that leads at night, attacked by the demons that we have to fight. While you're sending my brothers and my sisters across seas to fight a war that we were never meant to be a part of, we are a race of freedom, racing to freedom. However, you never realized that our culture were never ever uncivilized. We were the civilization that began with your sunrise. So recognize the creation in our melanin. We are melanated. We are sun created, meaning we come from Apollo, the god of gods. We are celestial beings that are stars. And we can go so much further than what he can ever begin. But see, it starts within our schools. So we need to stop with the hip hop on radio. Meaning I'm talking about this thing y'all call War Star, because that is nothing but a war star. And we got young girls being trafficked. When are you really gonna spit about the legit shit? Yes. Open your eyes. We are losing babies on a regular basis and nobody is showing up with other than cardboard faces on milk cartons and papers that we discard. Right now, I need us to come together. If B can say get in formation, why don't we make this a better nation? I need all my ladies to stand up and get in formation and make this a better nation so that our kings can go and lead ahead and we'll be right there as the crown that adores them. This is my osmosis.
Come on, girl.
I will preach. She enjoyed herself. And I love you. That's all right, because those are taps of love. And you become a part of my peace, as you are a piece. So I'm going to just walk over here and we'll say together, let's preach in the name of Jesus. And I will claim it. Yes, because I am saved by the blood and Christian is out of love. So I love you. Yes, that's when you come through. Yes, say it. I believe that. See, I just got anointed and we just walked around anointed. And I'll take that. If this is jointed, what? A jam session becomes a session. Whether you want to know it or not, you're going to get a verbal lesson. I'm going to walk through this whole room and verbally sage it again. This right here is spoken word, my friend. Please. Water is, but I got cotton mouth. I love y'all. What y'all laughing at? Where's the woman? Here it is. Okay. Y'all alright? Y'all still with me? They got jumps back here. I like that band. Y'all give it up for the unit band. Y'all give it up for the unit band. Because I can't rock without rocking without them. I refuse. My book is out here somewhere. My son has it. So in regards to that, I believe in being a poet, you should also encourage other poets, meaning it's not always about where you spit and, memorizing and everything. It's about coming from your heart. So I wanted to do a piece from non-memory or non-freestyle. I just wanted to do a piece from the heart. And if you're a writer, I got my sisters out there. They sitting back there at the table. My baby sister Erica and Tam are in the building. I love y'all. So I'm gonna keep this moving. So I don't use up all y'all time. Something real. Yeah. I already know. I'm gonna see if I can hold this and do it without my eyeballs. Hey. Y'all mind if I sit down? So, this brother, he just does something all to the inside of me. Makes me feel really free. I mean, literally, he gives me the epitome of what I'm supposed to be when it comes to calling myself liberty. And this morning, when I left you, I contemplated turning around in my car and running right back to you. Because I wasn't ready to leave. I just needed to lay in your arms for a little bit longer. And I needed him to know that I needed to rest my head upon his chest because his chest began to speak from his heart. And I could breathe his rhythm. And I hear them even when they don't hear me. This brother knows just how to touch every angle of my body without even touching my body. He captivates my mind. Again and again we circle around like friends. Because that's what love does. It makes you be friends. So you can't hear me back there, and it's okay because I needed to come a little clear. They just a little bit on loud. Hold on, let me get their attention again. I said I need you to bring it down just a little bit. Hit that beat one more time. Are you playing that? Yeah, I thought that might catch your attention. I need you to realize that you're a spoken word, and sometimes these words ain't as lawful as I like them to be. They need to be a little seductive because I'm saved, not dead. So I need y'all to just realize that I want to be a little bit sensual. So I guess y'all need me to come off the dome with that too, with the dome. He stepped on stage bold. He was about caramel complexion with a Mexican sunrise tan. His hands was callous from working overtime and working in a master slave ship, and I could tell that this brother needed a woman's touch to soothe him and calm his every single need, and I needed to just be that for him. And his lips were not too big and not too thin, but just juicy enough for me to extract the chapstick that he was. And I love the way that the shirt curved against his silhouette frame, and his jeans were not too tight, but just tight enough to rock just right and hide curves of unmentionables could mention about credentials that this brother could hold. Oh, he spoke to my soul, and it just elevated me to the next level. Oh, no shush, because see, when you shush me, that means you'll take everything out of the room, and I just need them to consume themselves with it. I'll speak to every eye that is right here in front, and I'll even enjoy the cap that is apple upon head. I'll pull them all to the side and say thank you. If there's a real love in the building, then just embrace it. Because they don't know right here that I gotta face it, and everybody wants me to be politically correct, but I did get this way one way or another by being politically correct. And I love the way he smells. But I understand that even though Liberty Bell rings louder, they need me to sleep shine. with them talking that they can with me. You know me now. So, little black girl, since y'all need something real to hear, y'all don't want to know how sexy I can be that good. Let me tell you about this little black girl. She reached endlessly to touch the stars. Pink palms stand on opposite ends. They reach and know that they can catch their dreams. She is olive oil rich as a wise fifth virgin descendant should be. Choosing 5 for grace is the beauty that you see. She's elevated. She is everything that her mother and father taught her to be because they raised queens to walk in their destiny. This little black girl, she writes poems and poems and poems of pages of poetry. She is that little cornrow twist. She is exotic weave. She is the pigtails that likes to bleed, and she is essence. She has the blue, the gray, the green, the eyes that will bury your soul. This little black girl knows who she is, and she knows that she's come a long, long way, but she didn't come here to play. She came to unfold herself. She realizes that her wings begin to spread like a butterfly that she is. But she started out as a worm that crawled through the soil in her home, but she created herself. And she began to flow. And she was that little black girl that knew that there was so much more in store. She's the jazz strolling down busy city streets. She's the hip-hop blues. She's the R&B. She is the soul of every man and woman that sits before me. She is little black girl, walking for those called home too soon. She is a survivor. She is the one that knows that when everything else has failed, they will run to herself. She is little black girl. She is little black girl. She is little black girl. Y'all right? Are y'all still with me? I'm having my own hot flash up here. It's hot. I'm gonna do this last piece part and I'm done. Okay? I'm gonna do one last piece. I'm gonna do one last piece and then I'm gonna get out y'all hair. And then y'all can listen to the band. And I can go sit down. And I wanna thank y'all again. But I really ain't gonna start this piece until the room is silent. I really ain't gonna start this piece until the room is silent. I really ain't gonna start this piece until the room is silent.
Come on, Liberty!
Take off them shoes.
Stop running from the wake-up call that I so willingly want to pour upon your life. Like a fresh mountain spring, I want to shower you with all the blessings you cried out for. Even those you held close to your heart, believing that no one knew existed except for me. So go ahead and drink. Consume yourself. For I am your natural substance, your H2O, the air you inhale, that fire you expel, the earth you tread upon, and the elements of your existence. See, I know all because I am with you always. Even in the midst of your struggle, your tears, your fear, I held you close when you felt the cool breeze run across your knees. They felt weak, feeble, ready to collapse, give in. But I said, no, not tonight. That's my child, 2020, my battle to win. I allowed you to think you had total control. I mapped out your destiny, laying the compass in hand. It was either the long or the short road. The decision will be left up to you and what life will unfold. Because if you sit long enough and you allow yourself to hear, you might not get distracted from the person in your ear letting you know that there was a seed and a jewel that may be dropped upon you, but if someone is peasant-like, they will captivate and reach out and take it from you. So that's what open mic is about.
Yes.
My name is Newfound Freedom. I am a new liberty. The L to the I to the B-E-R-T-Y. Don't ask me why, but I know he gifted me. So I really don't need a microphone to speak freely. I know that I can come off the dome, but I'd rather bring it from the home or the womb where we all came from. So let's rewind it back again, son, and go fishing for more. If you want some more, then come through the door, exit no one that is meant to be, because right now, you came for liberty.
Yes.
You came for freedom. You came to hear something that you've never ever heard, and yes, that is a spoken word. So yes, I will spit, even though my mouth grows dry. That never stops me to ask why. I can never decide. I can never let this go or never run away. I will never run from what God said. This is your day.
Yes, it is.
I speak from my soul. I bleed from my roots. My soul is so grounded that I know what to do. So I came in a jogging suit and some army boots, knowing that everything that was ever meant for me was already planted in me. So I no longer look from without, but I go within. So I am a pupa again. Not. My chrysalis has begun to break. And now you see the butterfly take flight more than you will ever dream. Watch my back and my wings spread. Yes, red, like the blood that was shed for me. Yes, so that I can stand before you free. That's why I was opened before by a lady named Free, and another one so unique in her domination way. That's my spit crew shit right there. And then my C5 sits in the rear. Camouflage finesse, we are no longer denying that we are flying all the way from OK. She will be my OK, my earthly angel. So yes, if I begin to call you out, that's what Carter was talking about. That I will walk in a room and begin to take it apart. Dissect you for a reason, because it comes from my heart. So yes, you went from beautiful butterfly to lioness because you had to roar. And your sister stands right there videoing at the door. They don't know that they're seeing double magic, double twins. Team Marie, we celebrate you again. Next week, Shamika, oh my, y'all better be in the building when it comes to her. Because she sings. And she leaves you with more. I got my modeling family. Yes, EST, Carol Lou. What this is right here, creativity. So I don't care if you don't want to rock with me, but you will rock with me by the